For a while I used to resent that. Say to people, look.
You want to tell me why you're here tonight?
Oh,
And it was always like,
well, I want to try to.
Why you're here?
Maybe somebody's got a... Max has been an activist his whole life and is someone that has stood up for family and community and taught his kids to stand up for what's right. And Max has written a letter, he's 96 years old, to President Obama, and I'm going to play Max reading that letter now.
Dear President Obama, I am age 96 and have been registered Democrat my entire voting lifetime. So it is with great sadness that I inform you that I have decided to terminate my Democratic Party registration and ask others to join me if you decide to approve construction of that northern leg of the Keystone XL pipeline. In my view, this single act will, more than any other words you could utter or action you take, define your character and legacy. The Obama KXL pipeline will be your national monument to America and all future generations whose lives will be poorer in possibilities because of it. For 96 years, I have watched waves of world events ebb and flow. Now, as I near my end, I see a tidal wave of radical, human, greed-driven fossil fuel extractions and profit-taking by the few at the expense of the many for all generations to come. The KXL pipeline is the most potent symbol of this morally bankrupt value system. Mr. President, you know the facts. The science that human-released greenhouse gases are warming our planet, acidifying our ocean, melting our glaciers, draining our rivers, causing climate chaos, bigger storms, longer drought. In short, changing the Earth's ecosystems so as to make them inhospitable for human habitation, perhaps in just a few generations. Mr. President, you have children, Milia and Sasha. I have 4 sons, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. You cannot possibly be blind to the degradation fossil fuel emissions will have on their quality of life and those of all generations to come. Even now, the world is losing between 150 and 200 species per day through extinction. Can you look them into the eyes and approve the KXL pipeline? Mr. President, fortune has raised you to the mountaintop of power and calls you to the highest road of moral responsibility. From that viewpoint, you must see the importance of taking a stand and shouting to the world that enough is enough. That greenhouse gas emission causing ecosystem degradation that is the greatest threat to our descendants in human history. That it is time for America to lead the world in radical greenhouse gas reductions, starting with the permanent scrapping of the KXL pipeline project. Mr. President, it is the hope of this old man to live long enough to see that speech and to take my Democratic Party membership to my grave. Respectfully, Dr. Maxwell T. Powers,